Can you hear me now? You can hear everything still? Can you hear me now? And the audio is clear? All right, awesome. Sorry about that, guys. We had some technical issues. I do have an echo on my end. Okay, let me. Is there still an echo? Okay, there's still an echo? All right, is that better? Okay, sorry about that, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Aside from this little delay we had. Everything is muted. It's something with my MacBook and my iPhone, so I'm trying to still figure that out. All right, is that better? All right, awesome. Sorry about that. So today we are going to talk about unlocking your community and making cash consistently through your community. Okay, is that better? You can hear it now? The original mic was my earpods. Let me try this. Is that better? And it still sounds far away? Now no sound. Is there sound now? With the phone. But you can hear me when I come to the phone, right? So I have to be all the way at the phone. All right, hold on. Let me try something else. How's that? Is there an echo? Is it any better now? Let me see. When I do that, I lose all my stuff that I'm supposed to show you. So let's try this. Is there still an echo when I do this? Am I still echoing? Yeah, because I have to share the screen, and I'm even hearing the echo here. Okay, how's that? I don't hear it. It looks like I'm gonna have to go with this. All right, awesome. Again, sorry. So today we're gonna learn about unlocking the community cache with your X2 P2 and your F1 Ultra. My name is Beth. I live on Cape Cod, Mass. I've come a long way from playing with yarn, which is actually where I started my creative side. I began my laser journey back in 2020, and I started with just a small little laser, cheap one, just to see if I would like it. And then I upgraded eventually to another one, and then I had problems with that and ended up getting the X2 P2 and have loved it ever since. I started getting involved in my community a lot more than I already was. I went to businesses that I frequented, and I started just focusing on making stuff for myself, and I would bring gifts to these different businesses that I always went. And I always had some kind of sample for them, rather it was a bottle opener or keychains, anything, coasters, whatever pertains to that particular business. And then I got into doing craft fairs, and that's when you really reach a lot of people in your community, especially a lot of the locals. So I did that. And when you do your craft fairs, I always make a few of every product that I have. Even if it's something I make for myself, I'll make a couple of it just to bring just in case. And you want to display smaller things up front, like coasters, keychains, affirmation pencils, anything that can catch the passerby. Smaller items, especially like those, you want to do that. Here's an example of some of the things that I kept up front. Like I said, I had coasters up front. I had air fresheners up front. I had the affirmation pencils, and I had night lights up front, which actually sold really, really well. So affirmation pencils are great, especially around this time of year when kids are going back to school. So, I mean, those sold like really, really well. I couldn't believe it. And the air fresheners, those, I had to keep coming back at night and making a bunch of them and bringing them back the next day. So those are some good things to kind of start with. When you're doing fairs, stick to the seasons that you're in. So if you're in spring, don't bring winter stuff, but bring the next couple of seasons going forward. Typically in July, I will always do a lot of Christmas because a lot of places do Christmas in July, especially where I live. I live on a touristy place, so it's hard to get stuff year round. So that's, you really want to get into your community if you live where there's not a lot of people. A lot of people like to shop early for Christmas, so starting your Christmas stuff in, the early months is a lot better to do. I also, one of my first projects when I got the P2, I had delivered a small flag that I had actually made with a different laser to the Dennis Police Department. And when I handed it to him, he loved it. And he said, "Oh, can you make me 2 of these, but really, really large?" So I was like, "Well, what are we talking about?" And he brought me into this big like conference room, and there was a huge screen TV, and he said, "I want one on each side." So I had to like measure and figure it out. And then I was like, "All right, I can make this work with this laser, I guess." And I ended up just ordering the P2. The first thing I did was take out the conveyor system, and I created these 2 flags. This is the second one right here. Both of these flags measured out to be 19 by 34 inches long. And when I delivered them, they absolutely loved them. They hung them right up, sent me pictures. They posted it all over Facebook, which I ended up getting some business from that as well. So that was pretty cool. I have a retired, if you're not physically able to do craft shows, I would post a lot on social media. You'd be surprised what you can get out of social media. Even if you don't have a large following, like on Facebook, I have just under like 500 people, but it only takes a couple of friends and family to actually share your work. As long as you have family and friends that are willing to help you and share your posts, you should do pretty good. That's how a lot of it I got started. I was afraid to do craft fairs. I'm actually disabled myself. I can't go in the sun. I have fibromyalgia. So it was hard for me to do them, but I just got out there and I did it. So you can't hear me again? Did you completely lose audio again? You guys can hear it or no? Okay, thank you. Um, I forgot exactly what. Oh, we were talking about if you can't do craft fairs. So yeah, I like I said, I started doing them. I kept myself like inside the tent because of my disabilities that I have, being extremely sensitive to sun. So that's a good way. Reaching out through Facebook. I mean, like I said, I have 500 people on Facebook, only or just under 500 people. I had to start. I had to start all over again on Facebook because Facebook actually deleted my account that I had for years, and I had like over 10,000 people, and I had to start from scratch again. And now I only have 500 people. Um, so it only takes like a couple people to share your posts. Like, so I have friends that'll share my posts. I have family that'll share my posts. And then those people see something and you'll get an order. And as soon as somebody buys something from you, they typically like want to share and say, "Oh my God, look what I had made." So I think that's a good starting point. Another thing I did in you can, speaking of sharing on Facebook, I have a retired police friend, and he wanted me to make this particular file and make that so he could hang it in his office. I posted it in a couple of groups where you can actually share files. You could share your work that even if you didn't get it from them. Everybody and their mother wanted this file, and then it turned into, can you make, this kind of firearm and that kind of firearm. I had people from other countries asking if I could make with their flags as well. So, I mean, there's different ways that you can actually do it. So you guys can't see me now? I can't tell if you can see me now or not. I kind of like being like not being able to be seen now that I know that. I'm just kidding. Let me try to change how this is. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? All right, awesome. So I actually have a police detective friend that works for the Yarmouth Police Department that I've done actually some work for them as well, and they wanted me to make basic little signs for their new detective office area. So this is what I came up from them. He wanted it very, very basic, nothing fancy, just simple, and they were just going to hang it. He actually wanted it like it was a program show that he had mentioned, and I looked up what that was, and that's exactly what it looked like, and that's what he got. So again, just keeping with your community and going that route. If you can't get out there and do shows, that's the best thing you can do. Christmas hangers. Lots of people buy Christmas hangers. I was surprised. I never planned on getting into doing door hangers or anything, but the amount of people that actually buy Christmas door hangers is insane. So what I do when especially for craft fairs and even just posting on Facebook or nothing, I make multiple sizes, anywhere from 12 inches all the way up to 16 inches. That way I hit different price points because not everybody's going to want to spend like, 55, $60 for a 16-inch door hanger, where somebody might only want to spend like maybe $40 and they can get the same thing. It's just a few inches smaller. So having a big variety is a good thing. I make all kinds of Christmas decor. A couple of these in here, I didn't create the file. The middle one I created myself. And I can't even see what the slide says now. People like to start decorating. I love decorating for Christmas, so that's how I started making stuff. I was just making it for myself, and then I would post it, and then it would catch on going that way. So sharing your creations all over social media, getting your friends to share your work again is the best way to go. And I completely forgot I was supposed to do this. I completely forgot, and I am so sorry, guys. We are going to be giving away a $50 gift card to a person in the comments. Xtool is going to be picking them randomly. So anyone that comments will be getting a gift card. I believe you have to reach out to Xtool themselves to get the number and give them your email so they can send it to you. So start commenting, guys. Ask questions. Let me know what some of your first projects were. What's your favorite things to make? Does everyone in here already have an Xtool machine? Absolutely, Jimmy. That's why I ended up getting the F1 Ultra, so I can bring it and set it up and do some personalizations, especially on Christmas ornaments and stuff like that. People love having all those customized. How do you like your S1? I got the F2 Ultra as well. I haven't had time to play with it. I turned it on, I did a couple of things, and that was about it. Thank you, Veronica. Yeah, I like that aspect too. I have a few things that I'll be posting in the next couple of weeks as soon as I finish them that came out absolutely amazing or are coming out amazing. I can't wait to share them with everyone. What do you like better, Becky? The F1 or the F2? It's definitely a road, Jimmy, that you're going to go down and get every machine after that. Oh, awesome, Jessica. I hope we can get you set up with one tonight. I thought about the appeal printer too, and I don't know. I just don't think I would use it enough. I think I'd end up having it go through a cleaning cycle more than I would use it. I don't think anyone ever has an extra. I wish that was the way. Oh, that's awesome. How many jigs have you made? I made those flags myself. I ended up I got their badges and their patches and I made them myself. That's why I ended up getting the conveyor system so I could have a larger work area. Another machine after getting the M1, I guess it would depend on what you want to do. The way I see an M1 Ultra, it's kind of like a glorified Cricut in a way. And you could do vinyl, you can do everything with it. I would probably go with the F2 Ultra. That's what I would do. We're going to get back to this now that everybody has commented, and hopefully X2 has picked a winner. So I also work for lots of different organizations, and I do a lot of fundraising for these groups. One of my favorites, and I personally volunteer my own time along with stuff that I make for them. Everything I make for them, I do design myself as well. It's called the Cape and the Island Canine Police. Basically what it is, so when a police dog retires, they 99% of the time they go to the handler's house. The handler then has to take care of that dog, and the police department no longer pays for like vet bills or anything expensive that can happen. And that's where this organization comes in, and we go in and we help take care of all of those vet bills. Not we, I don't do it. The president does it. So I make different things for them that they can sell. I actually donate all of these things to them. They don't pay a penny for anything that I make for them. I do it because I believe in the cause so much. So definitely get involved if there's organizations in your area. Get involved with them. If they're doing fundraisers, I would start getting involved with them. And, if you're passionate about it, it's going to work out for you. One little thing can turn into something big. Again, with Christmas door hangers, that everybody loves them. I'm sorry, we went to the wrong thing. Another one I actually just did. This was a cancer fundraiser. All the crochet things you see in there, I also donated to them. This was for two people at a place that have cancer. That one of them is actually one of my good friend's sister, and one is somebody else in their camping area, and they were doing a big fundraiser. They both have terminal cancer. So I donated a bunch of stuff, as much stuff as I could make, stuff that I kept for myself, like some of the crochet things that I kept. I ended up donating that way instead of decorating for Halloween or whatever. This was one of my very first projects that I made, also having the F2. Actually, it was my second project after I made the flag. X-Tool reached out to me and wanted me to make a how-to with the conveyor system. And I borrowed somebody else's file. I'm sure to some of you that face will look familiar from somebody else. So I borrowed that face, and I did a coffin that lit up and his face glows in the dark. And I made a how-to video for X-Tool, which was pretty cool. You find your niche, whatever you are passionate about making, and stick with it. Get really good at it. If you like making coasters all the time and keychains, get good at that and just keep making it. My passion is making flags. For some reason, I make a lot of them. I make all kinds of variety of them. I kept one particular flag for myself, which it's in the picture there, and you'll see over here. I usually hang it upstairs in my house. You don't have to follow every single trend that's out there. Just because somebody is making, I don't know, porch signs or something, just because it's on trend doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the one to make it too. Do what you like to do. Don't try to chase down the money. The people will come to you. Once people start seeing your work and your friends start sharing it, your buyers are going to find you. When you do go to craft shows, even if you're just a Patreon yourself and walking along, that's good to do, especially the first, couple of craft shows. Walk around, see what people are buying. Get to know what people are selling there too, because you don't want to sell a lot of the same stuff that somebody else is selling, because then it's just oversaturated. Most craft fairs, when they organize it, they don't let too many of the same vendor in anyways, especially if you have the same stuff. So look around, find what craft fairs work for you. Just because somebody else is selling something does not mean you have to sell it as well. As I already said, I prefer making flags. I make all kinds. My process for making these flags, because a lot of people do ask me this, it's obviously just a regular piece of wood. I sand it down. I do a light spray paint of black. I sand that down a little bit. I spray it again. I let it dry, and then I just run it through, just basically scraping off the paint. I'm not engraving deep into the wood. I'm just lasering off the paint, and that's how I get these kinds of results. As I've talked about before, I have lots of police and military friends. That's probably why I make a lot of this stuff, because they're the ones that want it. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Raven. I definitely will. Oh, congrats, Michael and Jimmy, on winning the gift cards. That's awesome. So yeah, I have lots of police friends, lots of military friends, lots of military in my family. So I think that's where it all comes from, especially, the patriotic side, because a lot of my family is all in the military. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from. And who's ready for another giveaway? Let's comment some more comments. What's your favorite things to make? Is there anything you're interested in learning to make? If there was a video tutorial on how to make one particular thing, what would you want to learn how to make? Maps are very, very cool. I love making maps. I do have a couple of them that I've made. I did like a 10-layer map. I live on the Cape, so I made like a 10-layer map. It was a lot of work, but it was beautiful. I loved it after. There is map maker with XCS now, which I actually use that to make this right here. This I just did 3 layers with the frame. I just did a basic one on map maker. I am going to be starting to learn the color shifting on metal with the F2 Ultra shortly. Like I said, I got it and I haven't played with it yet. So I have to learn all of that. I have all my supplies to learn it though. Depth maps are really cool. Believe it or not, I am going to be doing a tutorial as soon as I get caught up with all my work and everything on how to create them. So there will be a tutorial and it will be posted in the Xtool groups. Post them, Mark, post them all over the place. Post them in community groups on Facebook, Marketplace even. People will end up seeing them and you'll do it. That's awesome, Cindy. Keychains are a big seller. They really are. I'll make them if people ask for them, but I honestly don't go out of my way to make them too often. Lots of profit in hat patches. Lots of profit. We're actually going to be making one today. Oh, I can absolutely do a tutorial for that when I have time, Amy, though. It isn't going to be like within the next week or so because I actually have a video I have to finish editing about engraving into jewelry. But I will do that for you. It's super easy. I mean, you basically weld the letters together and you just make like sticks and weld those onto the sign. But I will absolutely, I'm going to write that down right now while I'm thinking of it. I have a pen somewhere. I have like 5 notebooks and I can't find one of them now. Actually, I think they're over here. I'm writing it down right now so that I will not forget about it for you. My number one seller, I actually want to say it was a cup that I made and I went viral on accident, which is actually the next slide. Congratulations, Becky, on the $100 gift card. So as you can see on this next slide, I made this box of cup. I made it for myself because I needed a new cup. And I'm on a lot of boxer groups on Facebook. And I was so excited about it because it came out awesome. And it was probably like maybe the 5th or 6th cup I had ever made. So I was all excited about it. And boxer people are kind of crazy. We get everything boxer. Same thing with Frenchy people, which I am too. We go all out. So anything boxer, we're going to buy it. Anything Frenchy, we're going to buy it. So I posted on the group and I had no intention on selling the cup. I just loved the cup. And it was like a picture of me holding it with both my dogs around me. And I sold probably over 100 of them, maybe a little bit more than 100. It was insane. I made these cups for weeks. And now I do not own one of them because I ended up selling that one just to get the orders done. And I haven't made one again for myself. So I do still have to do that. My favorite holiday. And that this Halloween is insane in my neighborhood. It's just like you see on TV when you know all the kids are walking down the street and there's like hundreds of them. Well, in my neighborhood, there's thousands of them. We literally have somebody who actually counts all the kids that come to your door. So the whole neighborhood goes all out for Halloween. Most houses, they are going to decorate their house, their whole yards. I do a Halloween like spooky yard. The kids walk through it. They absolutely love it. Most people do that as well. So Halloween is my absolute favorite, and I love making decor for that. That and flags. So we actually have a neighborhood Facebook page, and they always look forward to my display because it's always different because I always have different things. So I will post different things in the group. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to post a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be not using anymore. So get to know your neighbors. I mean, everybody has neighbors, so that's another great way to make some sales too. Usually if you can make them happy once, you can make them happy again. And they're going to buy something for Christmas and for somebody, and they'll probably think of you first. Custom pieces are another big thing. So a couple of these pieces here. Did you feed the dog? Let's face it, we all forget to feed our dogs sometimes, or we can't remember, and you're sitting there asking, hey, did you feed them? Therefore, did you feed the dog? The flower pots, they were actually made for a craft fair. I had some leftover deck board, so I decided I was going to try to make something. And that's what I came up with. I even cut the dog ear tips on it. I did the whole thing. The horse hand, I traced a horse hoof and hand and made it like all ropey, and that was for one of my friends that has horses. I'm a horse girl too. I just don't have my own anymore right now, but I'll get there. The clock, I made it. It's actually right behind me still. I still have it because, well, it's Halloween, but it also has a typo in it. So a lot of people were asking for that file in some of the groups that I was in, and so I created it and I made it. I worked with a candle artist, and she wanted some custom pieces for some of her candles that she wanted me to send them to her plain because she's an artist herself. So she wanted to paint them and fill with resin and make her own beautiful art out of it. Again, some of these are custom pieces. The door hanger isn't. I live at the Cape. It's funny. We have sharks. Everybody wants a shark, right? Again, in one of the groups, I think it was the same group I did the Freddy clock for. Somebody wanted a bifold like Christmas card that their person could keep forever. That's what I came up with. I ended up just giving her the file. I didn't really put it anywhere to sell. I just made it for cutting boards. I've noticed the past few years that cutting boards are going crazy everywhere. So these two are custom pieces. One of them, I will answer your question in a second, Jason. Sorry. One of them is a handwritten recipe from somebody's mother who passed away. And then I just kind of fancied it up a little bit with some flowers, so it wasn't just the handwriting. Joe's Bar Pizza is one of our friends. He makes a bunch of like bar style pizzas, and he has like the big oven and just does it out of his house. So there's an ongoing joke about the whole thing. So I ended up coming up with a logo for him. I made this for him, and he now actually has shirts and the whole nine. So Jason, I sell files. I was doing it on Etsy. I think I still have a couple up there. But Etsy is kind of crazy right now, especially with like all the AI stuff and whatever. So, I mean, I haven't really been doing it as much. If whatever's still on Etsy is still on Etsy. I am going to start uploading to our XCS Atom as soon as I get a free chance. I'm going to put a few things up there. Some really cool stuff I actually have coming out. So that's where I will start selling my files or giving away files, because some things will be completely free. I'm reading your comment, but I'm having a hard time saying I need to get busy. Summer was slow for me, sadly. I can say the same. I haven't done any craft fairs this year. Not yet. I'll do them probably after Halloween. I'll do a couple for Christmas. I had a couple of surgeries, so this is my first kind of thing doing anything, because I couldn't see for a couple of weeks from my surgery. So it's been a slow summer for me as well. I mean, I made a couple of things for people here and there, just to see if I could still do it when I couldn't see, because I'm crazy like that. I'm sure some of you had to have seen the post. I'm like, I can't see right now, but I made a coin. So I thought that was kind of fun. Yes, a lot of cutting boards. I noticed that the past few years. And people are calling me up. I now have a stockpile of them, just so I can do like custom recipes, or somebody's initial. My Etsy store. Honestly, I don't have. I don't think I have much on there. I really don't. I might have a few things. I mean, It's the same as my business name. Um, but yeah, I don't think I have much on there. Like I said, I will be putting them on the Atom. I think that's what they call them, or at Atom. So I will be putting it on there. But I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to say my business name while doing this. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for a couple of them. I'm not gonna push myself too much, because what I had done is a long recovery. Um, I use the P2 for mine. I haven't. I mean, I've done some kind of wood stuff in my F1, but I mainly use the P2 for it. It's just what I'm used to. I'll eventually probably try to do it. I guess it really depends on the size. I mean, I make like kind of big ones, so I mean, I can't put like a pizza slider in the F1, not to do something that big. So I guess really it would all depend on what exactly you're trying to do. If it's something small, definitely I would use the F1, because it'll just be faster. They can definitely be stressful. Yes. I've Last summer I was doing them like every weekend, and being close to the ocean, it's so windy. So it was like we had days where like we were basically holding down the tent too, while trying to save our stuff from not being damaged. Same thing here. It's weird because even though it's a beachy place and we're only kind of busy until like around Columbus Day, people it's still pretty busy like until Christmas, and then like a lot of we call them snowbirds, they go back down to Florida. So I mean, we stay pretty busy till about Christmas time, and then I usually take a couple months off for a nice break. So if you have the riser system on the P2, you can pretty much fit a whole big normal like big thick cutting board in there. I make the tumblers in there all the time. These tumblers, I make them in there constantly. As long as with the riser base, it, there's like the slates that it comes with. So as long as it's up there, you can do it. Sometimes if it's too big and you have your base down too low, you just rise the base up a little bit. There's all different levels that you can slip the base at. Yeah, definitely. I mean, just get, most places are a 10 by 10 tent, and some tables. Most places want your tables covered too. But I mean, it's not that expensive to set up. Just, have stuff displayed nicely. You if you have the machine, cut yourself some risers so that, stuff is at all that different layers and stuff, and not just laying flat on your table. Make it eye-catching. Exactly, Jimmy. I know. I ended up getting it myself. I was going to do something else, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to get the riser, and I'm glad I did. It definitely comes in handy. It's easy to open up and close, and like I said, it has the tray. The tray, you just move it to wherever you need it, higher, lower. So we're actually going to do a quick demo too, especially for people that hasn't played with a P2 or an F1. So we are going to do a quick demo. This is what we're going to make today. We're going to do a coaster just in the P2. And then I'm going to show you how to make a patch, cutting it in the P2, but engraving it in the F1 because that's where you're going to keep all your little fine details. So the first thing we're going to do is just this coaster. I did not design this. I got this off of, I don't even know, it probably Creative Fabrica or Etsy, or I really don't know. I've had it and I just was like, oh, this is something we can make. And the settings, you'll see the settings in a while too. It is going to get loud in here because I am going to turn on the P2 and I'm going to turn over to my other laptop to control the P2 and the air purifier. As you can see, the settings for this is we're engraving at 20 power and 250 speed for this. But like I said, I will let you guys screenshot that. You should be able to. I will show you the P2 when I bring my phone over to it as well. Okay, as you can see, the P2 is opening up. And it's connected. Now see how it's dark and you can't really see in there? You go into your settings. And watch, I probably won't find it right away because I can never remember all the time myself. And where is it? Why can't, where's the... There it is. I always look right by it all the time. So now I am going to refresh that. And now we can see what we're doing. So we're going to make this to about the size that it will engrave. I do have a... I'm going to try to zoom in here so you can see it. I have a little triangle going around it as well, just so it can help me to place it. I'm going to get a close shot. The close shot actually works really, really well. And I'm sorry, guys, I can't see your comments right now. The close shot works really well to get you to where you want to be. I'm just going to check the bottom. And that's good. I didn't want to hit that. So I have my box to ignore because I don't actually want to engrave the box, but we are going to engrave that. We're going to hit process. X2 makes it really, really easy. And we're going to hit start, and I will bring you guys over there. I won't know if you can't see me yet, so. So now we're over here at it, and basically you just hit this button here. And it does that. Like I said, it is going to take about 5 minutes to do. So in the meantime, we will take a tour. They wanted me to show some of the things that I made. So as you guys have been seeing that, but this is the coaster that we are making right now. Along with the belt buckle we are going to be making as well. As you can see, the F1 really picks up all that small detail. I made this with the F1 Ultra. It's actually my Frenchie. I made one of my dogs. I made the other dog, but I gave it away. But this is one of my boxers. Keychains. You guys said you guys love doing keychains. I did make this on the F1 Ultra. What I've been doing lately, especially the earlier months, or late spring into summer, I've been embossing and incessant into rocks and coasters and then backfilling them with powder coat. I did do a how-to on this, so if you guys did want to check that out, I have it posted on all the groups in Xtool. It would be under my name on Facebook is Beth August Moon Morse. It's also on my YouTube, which is where the Facebook will lead you to. Some more hat patches. I told you guys I love Halloween. And then I took a photo of my dog and I put it on a bottle opener. I actually made this while I was doing a conference, and just to show what the machine can do. So yes, I know it ain't straight, but I was just eyeballing it while working from behind the machine. But you can do those. Here's a close-up of the door hangers. So as you can see, I paid close attention to detail with painting. I wanted this to look very rustic-y, and I think I nailed it. Which all of these are mine for my house. I try to do everything, so it looks good. Obviously, not every single one that you make is going to be the same because nobody can paint the same thing twice. That's the beauty of handmade. This I just think is beautiful. I showed you guys the map already, but there it is again. And that flag right there, I keep that upstairs. It's pretty much there from Memorial Day to around right now when I do start decorating for Halloween, the end of next month. So there's some examples. We'll come back over here and check out the progress we're making. It is almost done. And I can't see your comments right now, guys, but I will go back and read them. this is another thing that's cool with the X tool. The glass, you can see right in it. You keep it clean. I mean, you should be cleaning your machines anyways, cleaning the mirrors, cleaning the lens. That way, if they don't break and your stuff comes out good, you're always going to clean all the smoke out. I do a good cleaning probably at least once a week. Just a good one, not a deep one, and then I'll do a deep one maybe once a month, depending on how busy I've been. Sometimes I do need to do it sooner. But if you take care of your machines are going to take care of you. Did you guys know that we're giving away 50% off of an order today, the 7th order? If anybody orders during the live today, if you're the 7th person, you'll receive 50% back. That is so cool of Xtool to do. I don't think they do that very often, to be honest with you. And here it is. It is dusty. I mean, I would clean it obviously after from all the dust from scraping it, or engraving it. So I'm just going to read your guys' comments real quick before we make the next one. For the honeycomb, Lori, what is it? Dawn Power spray. Just spray it, let it sit on there, rinse it off. Looks brand new. No, that's about how it is. And believe it or not, I have an inline fan, which makes it actually louder. So, I mean, you guys were right up on it. You heard it. Yeah, that's pretty much the sound of it. I just didn't know how loud it was going to sound for you guys. I know. Could you imagine, though, Lori, being the 7th person and getting at least 50% back? That would be awesome. So, like on the door hangers, like you talking about how I get the color on those, I paint all of that. I hand paint everything here. For like the rustic look, like the flag door hanger and stuff, I just go in with different types of brushes and colors and just I don't even, I just do it. LA Awesome works too. I just the power wash I feel just like sends it like a whole nother level, especially if it's real bad. So I'm just loading up the leather right now, and I am going to tape it down. So I'm taping it down because it does kind of curl up a little bit on the ends, and with the ear, I just don't want it to blow anywhere. And I'll show you guys what I did. I just need both of my hands right now. So that's the leather in there, which I forgot to show you what I did. Sorry. So I just taped it down. Pretty much all the corners. I just didn't do the far side. So I just put tape down that way this doesn't curl up or roll away on me. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna cut out the actual shape of the patch that we're printing or cutting. I'm gonna take a close-up shot. That way I know where my thing is gonna line up because I don't want it to go over. And I do have the settings for you guys over here. I hope you guys can still see the screen because I just see myself. So that's what we're making next. And I'm gonna, obviously, like I said, I'm gonna cut it on the P2 and engrave on the F1. For cutting, the power is going to be 50 and the speed is going to be 20. That just works for me. It does have adhesive on the back. If anybody uses different settings, please let me know. How do I determine pricing? It depends on how much I paid for something and if I'm doing a custom order or not. So something like the door hangers, I charge 55 for the 16-inch. The Big Surfer one, that's actually an 18-inch. So something like that, I'm going to do 75 for, especially with all the detail that I have in there with the ombre. So, I mean, basically, I take the time that it takes me to make something, 3 times the cost of material. So if something costs me only $5 in wood, I'm going to put that $5 plus my time in that it took me to make it. This is Leatherette from, I believe it's Lone Star. So like I said, your power is 50 and we're doing a 20 speed and we're going to process that, which I forgot to measure my distance. I want to measure actually. I didn't see what that said. That's why I did it this time. And I know I'm working in inches. I flip back and forth when I'm designing stuff, and I was doing something in inches today. This won't take too long to cut. Let me get over to get the camera because it's literally that short. And I think I have to flip over here. Oh, one person show, and I'm sorry, guys. So it's all cut out. And then we're going to head over to the F2. I mean, the F1. Sorry. I normally would get a piece of wood and put it under here, but for science, I'm going to try to lower this a little so I don't have to hold it the whole time. We are going to be using the diode side of this, so I'm not going to leave the cover open. because I don't want you guys to get blind. I don't want to get blind either. This is going to be the longest part right here, is taping it down. I actually had this on something higher so it was easier for me to see, so not so much now. So I'm barely taping any of the edges. And it's only because this particular design, the outer edge of it kind of comes pretty far. So now we're over here. I am going to take a look at my screen. I don't have the cut path activated. It is set as ignored. This was supposed to actually be the same size. I literally copied and pasted. Let's make it bigger again. I'm just going to set a frame just so I can see exactly how big it is. Like I said, this is literally going to take you the longest part. And this isn't something that I typically do all the time. Oh, that makes sense why my picture is so far away. I forgot I was cleaning the other day and cleaned my machine and left it all the way up. So whenever you change your focus, you're going to want to refresh your picture, and you'll see why now, because see, I have it, and you can see like my desk and everything outside. Once this gets into focus, you won't. And these two dots right here, you want them to overlap each other. So once they overlap, it's in focus. Technically, I would normally do it down like this, but I don't want to retape it today. I'm going to take a new picture. Makes sense now why it doesn't look the same, doesn't it? that looks lined up good enough for me. Now, seriously, guys, this is going to take super fast. And for this, did I bring the settings up? No, I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. For this, our settings are going to be a 20 power, 400 speed, 240 lines per inch. If you wanted a deeper engrave, you could do 2 passes if that's what you were looking to do. So we are, where is my F1? Here it is. We are going to press process. It'll calculate a time for you. It says 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And switch to over here. And now I'll come back to the comments while it's doing that. Yes, indeed, exactly. I totally forgot that I had the thing completely erased up all the way. I had a lot to do this week to get ready for this and to do my regular cleaning and get some orders done. And on top of that, I run another business out of my house as well. Oh, I missed it. What did Hector win? I have to go back and see what Hector won. I can literally watch it do that all day long. It's captivating to me. How many people like doing hats and making hat patches, even just the patches to sell individually? I frame everything just to make sure I'm where I want to be. Sometimes I mess up. We all make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine to make mistakes as well. Everyone does. I don't typically do them. I do them for our other business mainly only. And if I don't feel like doing them, I have my friend do them for me because she does hats all the time. I myself, I would typically run it again. And it's dirty, so I need some LA Awesome. And a paper towel. I would run this again myself, but I don't want you guys to sit here all day. So this is just very lightly done. And it's basically, I'm putting it on a hat for myself, and I just wanted it very light. But if you wanted to do it darker, you absolutely could, like the one that I did there. You could set that in there again. And of course, I'll do it for you guys. I'll just do it darker. And I'll do a lighter one for myself another time. Because as most of you guys know, I wear hats all the time. And that's because I'm used to doing it because I can't be in the sun. Even though I had the surgery to help with the nerves, I still end up wearing hats. I think it's out of fear now. And I'm just going to frame it just to make sure. You can actually move your design while it's framing, and it will eventually catch up. I think I have to stop it to take a picture. I normally don't make them light like this. When I do them for my business, I do them darker, but I just wanted a light one. But I can't honestly tell. I think it's right there. So I don't blind you guys. I did up the power. I don't know if you guys saw that. I did it to 40 just so I can do it darker for you guys. I just didn't think you could see it in the camera. I just wanted it very subtle, like as if it was like pressed on. But I don't mind sitting here watching this thing all day. So I hope you guys don't mind. I haven't found any of those, but that would be a good idea too, especially for people who like to put them on their bags and change them out all the time. I was actually thinking of doing leather patches on jackets for my employees that I have. That's funny that you say. That's why I got the leather. I actually got an orange one for us. You can, and I mean you can get leather that one color on top and there's another color on the bottom. You can get like they even have acrylic patches, and it's tri-colored acrylic. You can do that. There's all different kinds of things you can do. You can even get it without the backing and do the Velcro yourself. I just realized that too. I just remembered that. It's late here, so it's like my brain ain't completely thinking. And it is going to be dirty again, so I ain't gonna have to paint it. But LA Awesome. You can get LA Awesome at the dollar store. I haven't found a dollar store that doesn't carry it, but I did hear there is some in some states that aren't. So as you can see, it is dirty. It does need to be cleaned off, but I made it darker now. So you can see the difference. Like I just barely did it because I wanted it barely noticeable. Um, but yeah, that's that. Do you guys have any questions? Can you guys still hear me? I'm gonna. Yeah, I made it a little bit darker. I wanted it lighter, but it's all right. I'll make myself a different one. I have a perfect hat for it. It actually came in today. I don't have the conveyor belt system. I didn't think I would use much of that, so I didn't get it. What are you guys most looking forward to um, with your journeys? Do you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer? I haven't exactly played with my F2 yet. I've been so busy. I was preparing for this, making the PowerPoint, and I had some jobs I had to do. I had to catch up with my other work. But I'll be playing with it in the next week or two. I know it's so bad to see it sitting right here, and I haven't even played with it. It kills me. No, LA Awesome. I will grab that. It's just LA Awesome. You get it at the dollar store, and you just spray it on it, and I mean, the stuff works for everything. I use it when I do tumblers, like this tumbler I made. And then you get like all the soot and stuff on it. You use the LA Awesome and the Mr. Clean Eraser, and it all comes right off. So it depends. Yeah, it does. It does really well do with Stanley. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. I don't want to tip this cup because it is full. So you would have to, tip the cup. This bottom side needs to come up, so it's actually a 3-degree angle. I use a digital thing to do mine, and with the F1, you are going to miss about 3 millimeters. So you just make it so it's about 1.5 millimeters on each side, and I mean nobody's going to really know other than you. I don't have. There's nothing mixed with the LA Awesome. I mean, if you're talking about just doing a quick name on the Stanley, oh my God, it's gonna be like 100 times faster. Yes, you can do them in one go. Some people like to do a cleanup pass afterwards. I typically don't. Even when I do my coins, I don't do a cleanup pass. I just clean it by hand. Or with my coins, I clean them with a Dremel. You're very welcome, Matt. Oh, I didn't know that. I have a stockpile of tumblers, so I haven't ordered them for a while. Like I literally have cases and cases of them of the colors that I typically use all the time. No, so well, kind of. So yes, I level it. I don't have like an empty one near me. So you take this handle off, and then there's tabs under there. And I level mine about where this lip is, just above this lip where it starts to go down. And that's where I will do my focus. I'm sorry, my focus after it's leveled, and it's about a 3-degree angle. When when I'm measuring with my digital leveler, I put it right here for my 3-degree angle. If you're measuring with one of those tiny little bubbles, you're gonna put it down here. Post, Lori, post in a group, just like I did, and it went viral, and then I had to make hundreds of them. You're very welcome, Bree. If you ever need help too, you can message me on Facebook. Like I said, I'm in all the groups. I help everybody all the time. I'm under Beth August Moon Morse, and I'll be more than happy to help you. You're very welcome, Jimmy. Again, like I said, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. You can ask in any of the groups a question. I'm typically in there a lot. Even when I'm busy, I do try to check in and see what I can do to help anyone. So if no one else has any questions or anything, we can probably wrap up the live. If you think of anything else, like I said, just reach out to me. I'm always willing to help. I have people privately message me because they're embarrassed to ask questions in the group as well, but I'm always trying to help people out. It'll be, I believe it'll be posted still on the Facebook because I know last week's is still there, but it's always, I believe it's always going to be on YouTube as well. All the X-Tool groups. So all the X-Tool officials and a couple others that I'm in. So if you have a P1, I believe X-Tool is X2 P2PS official group, I believe it's called. The F1, they changed that name just recently to the F Series official group, but it's all X-Tool of the machine and then official. Awesome, Hector. I look forward to being able to help you and watching you grow. You guys are all very welcome. I am too. I can't wait. I can't wait. Sometimes everything happens all at once and life happens and you get busy and you can't play with new toys. It's like being a kid at Christmas time. You get your gifts and then you have to leave and then go to your grandparents' house. My favorite, only because I haven't played with the P2, so I mean the F2, so don't get mad at me. Right now is the F1. But I'm sure once I stop playing with her, she's going to be my favorite. I do too, Larry. I could watch them all day. Oh, that's awesome. I was going to go, and it was a last minute decision for me not to go. I decided last night I'm not going to go, and I really wanted to go, and I wanted to meet a lot of you guys and hang out with some of the other vendors that I know and some of the other creators, but I just knew I couldn't stay up doing this and then wake up at like 2 in the morning and get to an airport, fly all night or early morning, and then do stuff all day. There was no way I could do it. And I'm sorry. I wish I could be there to meet you guys. I'm sure you'll get there, Lori. Grapevine is in Texas. It's the next level laser. It's a tongue twister. The next level laser conference. It's the biggest conference there is for it. And there'll be a bunch of vendors there, different manufacturers, a bunch of different classes to help teach you guys how to do things. Like I know Xtool has one going on about using XCS. Kim and Jared are doing one. I don't know if you guys know them. They're doing a whole thing. So there's different things. There's like light burn classes. There's Illustrator classes. There's all kinds of different classes you can do. Oh, maybe I could change my mind tonight and book a flight. My husband would kill me. She is jealous. She's like, "What's wrong with me? You have me sitting here and you're not playing with me." I mean, I don't think I even have it. She's all calibrated. She's ready to go. I did do a demo and I turned around and did a quick thing in it, but we were really focusing on the F1 because that's what they were interested in. But I would honestly, I was having issues with my F1. So I just showed them with the F2 that what they wanted to cut was able to be done, even though they seen the day before because I was playing with the material the day before. So the one I just got is the F2 Ultra. It's a MOPA, so it's a little bit different than the F1. It has more power. It's faster. It's a MOPA. So you can do anything you can do in this. You can do in the F2. The F2 will just do it faster. You can even do colors in the F1. I have done colors in the F1. Um, you just get more colors with the MOPA. See, for somebody who doesn't play with it, I sure do know a lot about it. I do my research. Absolutely. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't see myself ever taking the F2 to any shows. She's going to stay here. My F1 will still go with me. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the F1. It's a great machine. I still use it all the time. Only because I haven't played with her, but she will get played with. But it would be great when I have to do like dual things. I can, run a coin on the F2 and do like a jewelry on whatever if I have orders for it simultaneously. So I've been using X2 products now 2 or 3 years, something like that. I got it shortly after the P2 came out. And I've been with them ever since. My story is actually on the X2 website. But basically, I was with another manufacturer. The first machine I got from them, believe it or not, it did cut pretty good. But there was some kind of problem with. We actually tried replacing the stepper motor. I tried replacing the motherboard. I replaced everything in this machine except for the tube. But the tube wasn't the problem. It was like this weird clicking when it would try to go home. So they ended up sending me a brand new one. They're like, all right, we do need that one back. I packaged it all up, send it back. I get a new one. It's warped. Like the whole thing was like bent and warped. And they send these things in crates, so it wasn't shipping. They actually sent it to me that way. They told me it was a used machine. So I sent that back. They sent me another one. It was even worse. It wasn't warped, but it was even worse. There was a problem. Again, ended up replacing everything in there. Um, Finally, they looked at the serial number. They said, "Oh yes, there's a problem with machines made from this date to this date. Your machine is one of them. We need to replace the tube." And I was done. I was like, "Absolutely not." They're like, "Well, we can offer you a full refund at this point because this is your third machine." And right after I had gotten that machine, X Tool had come out with the P2. So I was kind of bummed. I was like, "Darn, I just spent all this money on this one, and I didn't even make my money back yet." So when they told me they'd give me a full refund, I took the money and I ran right to get the P2 from X Tool, and I haven't looked back. And I've been a huge X Tool advocate because their machines are just they are workhorses and they'll do anything for you. You take care of them, they're going to take care of you. So do you mean the desktop air purifier, the one that's with the OGF one? I've used that at conferences for X2, and it actually, yeah, it works great. You don't smell anything. The AP2 is amazing. Um, you don't smell anything at all. I mean, we're cutting and engraving all day long at these conferences, and you absolutely nothing. I have one that I bring for shows too, because you have to have one if you're going to do them at the craft fairs. Um, and nobody ever says anything. I would say X Tool is amazing at being user friendly. So it was so user friendly, and I was used to using Lightburn that I felt dumb. I was like, okay, why is this like this? Like it shouldn't be this easy. It's just too easy. It's wrong, but it is that easy. And this software just keeps getting better and better. Um, they've really blown it out of the water with their software. I mean, when I first got the software, it wasn't as good as it was today. You couldn't do half as much as what you can do today. But their software is just, I mean, I could sit here all day and show you how simple it is. I absolutely love their software. It's the most user friendly out there, and I promise you that. Where Lightburn, yes, there's a lot of things in Lightburn that I wish we could do, and like framing on the P2, I would love to be able to frame on the P2. Um, I like to frame because I like to know I'm right at that edge of that wood. I like to walk on the line. So with the S110, what it is a good machine, but just know with a diode, there's materials that you're not going to be able to cut. You'll be able to cut wood in a couple of passes, and stuff like that, and some acrylics, like you can do blacks. Any acrylic that you cannot see through, you'll be able to cut on a diode. But if you wanted to cut like clear acrylics and stuff like that, you would need a CO2. This is my first time doing the live, Stephanie, and I've actually been quite nervous about it. Um, but they do every week is something different. Next week I believe is Mike Smirker, and he's going to be doing the Metafab, and they have different discounts and stuff. I believe these discounts are good for a couple of days though. Which piece on my table? The flag in front of this one right here? I know, Jimmy. I wanted to go so bad too, but there was no way I could do it. Exactly, Lori. Oh, thank you. I was really nervous, but I mean, I also like, well, I go to the conferences and I teach people there, so it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is I'm doing it online, and it's no different than when I do like my how tos or anything. Or like I go live on Facebook, so it's, I mean, on TikTok, so there really is no difference. But thank you. To take to a show would be the F2 Ultra, the F1 Ultra. If you really, really want compact, it would be the OG F1. But I mean, you just leave like it comes with this like really thick foam, and I just put it in there and take it with me. The piece on the table, I use the P2. You might not have been here for that. So basically, what I do is I take regular wood, I sand it down, I paint it black, I sand it a little bit more, another coat of black, and then I just engrave it and just engrave off the paint. I don't engrave into the wood. I'm just engraving off the paint. Something like this for this size, anyways, I would do like $55. That's mostly what I do. Because it takes about an hour. Oh, that's awesome. I couldn't remember exactly how long the discounts were good for. but it's definitely a great discount they did for me to do this live. I was really impressed with it, and the 50% off is amazing. I believe the 50% off is only during the live, and it's for the 7th order. I have no clue if there was any orders at all or not, but if there is, and you're the 7th person, congratulations. Okay, I am going to end this live. Like I said, reach out to me on Facebook if you have any questions or anything. My profile picture is me sitting on the F2 Ultra box. Again, it's Beth August Moon Morse on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. It really is. All right, so reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm all over the X Tool official F series and P2 PS. So yeah, reach out to me if you have any questions. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great night. It is getting late here. It's almost 11 o'clock. And good luck on your journeys. And if there's anything, please let me know.